Holy moly is right. And we start SportsCenter tonight right there, observing the Hall of Fame career of Steelers legend Franco Harris, who died overnight at age 72. The Immaculate Reception, which happened almost 50 years ago to the day, may be his most famous play, memorialized forever in statue form at Pittsburgh's airport. But Franco Harris' impact in Pittsburgh and the NFL was immeasurable. A key cog in the dynastic Steelers of the 70s, a true ambassador for the sport post-retirement, and his resume undeniable. Much more reflecting on the life and legacy of Franco Harris ahead, but we switched to baseball. And with Steve Cohen handing out $100 million contracts like they're Tic Tacs, it's hard to believe there was a time when the Yankees were the bankroll kings of baseball. George Steinbrenner's willingness to spend buku bucks on his payroll helped create the distinction between big and small market teams. And while the Mets are grabbing all the headlines right now for their current spending spree, the Yankees making it official on their own splashy offseason move. And Michelle Steele has more in tonight's SportsCenter report. All right, so the Lions were 1-6, by the way, to start the season. So a tip of the cap to Dan Campbell on how he has them playing. The idea that we're talking playoff scenarios is a testament to their turnaround. There is a true path for them at 7-7. Right now, they're the 9 seed. The Commanders occupy that space. They would have a first-round matchup with the Vikings in the postseason. So they're going to be the ones to really factor in this, because even if we say Detroit beats Carolina this week, a very real possibility, that remains unmoved. It's going to take the Commanders losing one of their last 3 games to shift this at all. So let's give San Francisco the win this weekend. Look what instantly happens. The Lions slide right into there. And it's a very real possibility they keep that momentum as they face Carolina, host the Bears, and are at Green Bay for their final 3 games. A real shot at their first postseason trip since 2006. On how bad they were, we've got to center around the conversation when they have definitely turned it around as we bring in our NBA champion, Kay Perk. Listen, we know that the numbers are there, and certainly it's a better situation than it was at the beginning of the year, but what's your take on whether they're a legitimate title threat? Title contender or not, they have at least steadied the ship, right? Again, as they face a Warriors team that lost to the Knicks last night by 38. Speaking of which, the men's team lost to Eastern Illinois, a 31.5-point underdog. Biggest upset in the modern era. Way to end on a bright note, Elle. Here's more basketball.